So in the studio tonight, we've got the D520 BT thermal label printer. So we're going to unbox it, we're going to take a look around, and then we're going to test it out. That's not a bad size. There is the printer itself and nothing else in the box. Padding, power lead. Now this thermal label printer, as you can see, it's in pink. It can print 4x6-inch labels. So say your shipping labels, address labels, barcodes, whatever you want. You can either download shipping labels or you can create it with the program itself. It's either Bluetooth or you can run it via an actual USB. So let's have a quick look around the actual product itself. Take off the nice cellophane. Right, so on the rear of the unit, you can see we have our USB-B port if you want to connect it to your computer. This is compatible with either Windows or Mac. Plus, it's also compatible via Bluetooth with your Android or iOS. We've got our power button rocker, so it's nice and clear to see whether it's on or off. Obviously, because this is powered via mains, there's no battery operation, you will need to plug it in to use it. On either side, you see we've got the release buttons. So when you do want to actually open it up, put your thumb in or fingers into the button on either side and pull it forward towards you and, hey presto, open the actual unit up. So you can then load your thermal labels in there. Now, they've actually put the rest of our accessories inside the actual device itself. We've got our safety guide and instruction manual, a bit more packaging. There's actual PSU to go with our plug. We've given us a sample roll of labels so we can start testing and using it. And we've got our USB-A to USB-B cable so you can plug it into your computer. They've also given us, very kind of them, a USB-C to USB-A, just in case you've got a Mac that doesn't have an old-fashioned USB-A port. So we just put our guide on the actual roll itself, which you can obviously then just load our labels into the machine. Now 4x6 is also a good size, so you'll have no problem printing out all your USB labels or mail labels. Now being a thermal label printer, you don't have to worry about ink, so it is really handy. You just buy your labels, feed them in, and you're away. It is really that straightforward. So there we go, we're just gonna pop our label in, just the size to fit the labels, and then we're just gonna click that closed. Now we're gonna plug it in, I'm gonna install the software, and we're gonna start testing it out. Okay, so I've got my trusty old Surface Pro, and I've gone to the website. It gives you instructions in the manual to go to the Label Life website for the D520 BT, which is this model. Now I've plugged in the power supply. I'm gonna just check that the labels feed okay, so press the little button here. Feeds perfectly. It gives me a nice clear blue light, which tells me it's actually loaded and it's okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to follow the instructions. Now, I don't have a USB-A, so fortunately they kindly included a USB-A to USB-C for my Surface, or if you've got a Mac. Now, from here there's a really good guide to how to get it going. I'm on Windows. I'm going to download my Windows driver. There we go. Open file. You want to do it via USB. It's just literally a couple of seconds, so there we go. I'm now going to plug this in. Now, if you want to create your own labels, there is custom software on here from Label Life, which is to create the custom labels, or you could just print off your standard pre-created shipping labels, which is what I'm going to do in a second. So let's just see, I've got a UPS label here. So I've pressed my Control P. It's automatically selected my D520 printer, which is connected via my USB-C cable here. Here's my label that I've just asked it to print. Now I did need to change the orientation because by default it tried to put it in landscape. Obviously wouldn't have printed correctly. I've just changed it to portrait. Let's just print one out, see how it works. And we're done. It's as quick as that. No ink to muck around with. Thermal label, straight out, stick it on your package, ship it off. And that's without any of the custom software. Obviously, if you want to create your own labels yourself, I don't know, thank you letters, or maybe you're barcoding your own stock, then you just use the Label Life just to create your own software itself. But incredibly easy. And if you want to use it with a phone rather than a computer, there is software for your mobile, so you can then send it via Bluetooth to the device. Very straightforward. So all in all, a great bit of kit, especially if you are printing a lot of shipping labels like we do here. This thing comes in absolutely clutch.